honourable guests, parents, ladies, gentlemen and students. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to our inaugural Palmares presentation. It now gives me pleasure to introduce to you the members of the official party. Co-founder of MDA Grammar School, member of the School Council, founding chairman of the board 1982 to 1984, and director of the Hawthorn Institute of Education, Mr. Gordon Bale. Co-founder of MDA, chairman of the board, Mr. Bruce Baker. President of Parents and Friends Association, Mr. Graham Peters. Assistant to the Headmaster, Mr. Kevin Silverberg. Headmistress, Junior School, Mrs. Karen Baker. Acting Deputy Headmaster, Senior School, Mr. Bruce Devine. Divisional Head, Years 8 to 10, Mr. Louis Sterling. Divisional Head, Prep to Year 4, Mrs. Sue Wood. Headmaster, MDA Grammar School, Mr. Claude Resk. It's now a great pleasure that I call Mr. Resk to address you.
Thank you, Mr. Cudden. Welcome, honourable guests, ladies, gentlemen, teachers and students. Teaching in the current social and economic climate, with changing moral standards and high unemployment, is more difficult than it has ever been in the modern era. Teachers, therefore, have an even greater burden and responsibility than in the past to encourage pupils to develop their critical faculties rather than to passively accept given attitudes. In today's society, the mass media are some of the strongest socializing agencies. Advertisers in particular have their own brand of morality and are only too willing to take over the job of influencing young minds. Their message are far more pervasive than those of the family, the school, the churches. And unfortunately, many young people find their messages far more appealing. Their messages are far more pervasive than those of the family. And one of the fashions of our day is to denigrate the standards of our forefathers as epitomized in such formulations as the commandments. Yet those ancient principles for life are still one of the keys to true community, both in their individual emphasis and through their overview of man's need to maintain proper relations with God and with man. At MDA, we continue to affirm such an approach to life, for we know the value of the old and the new. Educational skills from school leaders. In an economic climate that demands far more than just basic educational skills from school leaders, in a world where young people at strongly aware of this fact and provides a good, strong academic grounding combined with a set of moral and behavioural standards. MDA students depict its character. The students who attend MDA are taught to carry with them a belief in academic excellence and are given proper code of behaviour and, perhaps equally important, a feeling of identification with the school and all its students. This inaugural Palmares presentation sets MDA's young and great tradition forever. Tonight, we are gathered to pay tribute and credit to our teachers and students who have played a significant part in the advancement of the school as perceived by the community. Our motto, "By deeds we shine," is a clear and concise message. It is the ambition of all our students to honour it and to live by it. And this evening, I take great pride in our philosophy, in all our staff, and the educational quality of our facilities. And I am greatly elated at the end result, the students of MDA. It is on them that this school and I are proud to be judged. MDA was born out of a personal commitment, and I'm happy and proud to dedicate this inaugural Palmares presentation to a man who has made of his life a commitment to serve others. My father, Mr. Joseph Resk, a co-founder and director of MDA Grammar School, who passed away on the 1st of January 1984. And to my students, I say, by deeds we shine. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Resk. The students are now going to stand and sing a hymn, Land of Our Birth. And I'd encourage all of you to stand and to sing with them. The words of the hymn are found in your program. Under the leadership of our Director of Music, Mr. Coxon, we'll now all sing, standing, Land of Our Birth. One man who has seen considerable change with our school, MDA Grammar, is Mr. Gordon Bale. He's involved from the beginning as a co-founder, and I'd now like to invite Mr. Bale to come and give the occasional address. Will you take a big breath?
Will you all take a big breath, especially for me, please? Thank you. Mr. Headmaster, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen of all ages. Nestled in the trees around Muralbark, there is a young baby. That young baby is a school, just barely 3 years old. The school, of course, is the one that we're all so proud of, MDA Grammar School. It was born at a time when government funding stopped flowing, and many of us had worried looks on our faces, wondering just where we would get money from to build a dream. But quickly, and with a lot of work, we received the best wishes of government in the form of a guarantee which enabled the school founders to borrow money, the money to build the first buildings. Our school, MDA Grammar School, is built on very firm foundations, hard work, sincere endeavour, understanding of the basics, reading, writing, spelling, those terrible things called tables. Your work completed and corrected, always. And as well as those foundations, your teachers and your headmaster are ever alert to watch the new things that are developing, and they incorporate those things that are worthwhile into your curriculum. Tonight, we are here to launch this school into the big, wide world so that it will sail ever onwards and upwards. The other evening, I saw Halley's Comet for the first time. That big ball of energy with a long, fiery tail. How's it those who've seen Halley's Comet? Good. So you know what I'm talking about, just a big ball of fire, great long tail. When I saw it, I thought of MDA Grammar School. The big ball of energy, with its bits that will last forever, are the families who make this school possible. You, the students, are the developing sources of energy which will keep this school alight. You will blaze its name all over the world and set a shining example to all who bother to look and see. By deeds we shine. And the fiery tail, of course, made of the particles which have been the comet in years gone by. I thought of Mr. Rest. The fiery, if you don't believe me, you don't know him as well as I do. He's an ex-student of mine, and I know he's fiery. A dynamic ball of energy that made it all happen. In his own way, he made the MDA Grammar School happen. And now he continues to make it that type of school which is just so different to many other places, that it attracts the attention of hosts of people. And when you look, and you can look at him now instead of me, by his deeds, he shines. And when you go back to school tomorrow, not tomorrow? Bad luck. But when you go back to school next time, just think when you walk in the gate, that's Mr. Rest shining. That's his deeds. He sets an example for all of us to follow. 3 years old, and already a school has a shining example to all. Just what a wonderful achievement that is. An achievement that must be recorded for all to see and wonder about. And so the Palmares has been prepared and published so this great school may be set in its orbit and its path recorded, just like all good scientists work. Now the future. You, the parents, teachers, and students, particularly the students, are the future. I challenge you all to read this publication very carefully, to ponder the birth of a school, the birth of this school, your school, to see what can be done with knowledge applied to achieve action, to try and capture the vision of the founder of MDA and try to show the same dedication and perseverance that he has shown. The MDA Grammar School is on its way to greatness. It can and will play a major role in setting this country of ours, Australia, and perhaps many other parts of the world, on paths which will bring harmony and happiness. Why? Because I think you, the students, are being given the fundamental tools, knowledge, skills, attitude and courage. And if you think back to the words of the hymn you just sang, heart, heads and hands, all working in unison, you will have the tools to focus your attention on worthwhile things and cast aside that which only the weak will subside to, drugs, dishonesty and the easy way out. Just this week, I was fortunate to hear an address from a person who has represented this country in the Olympic Games and the Commonwealth Games. His story I want to pass on to you very briefly. If you're getting worried I'm taking a long time, I'm nearly finished. This is a very true story and one which I think you should try and remember. This man listened to someone speaking who was a former Olympian. And that person said what a great honour it was to wear the green and gold blazer, the Australian Olympic uniform, and to be chosen to represent his country and all its people. And this little boy, 13 years of age, was sitting there with his eyes wide open, looking at the green and gold blazer the former Olympian was wearing. The person went on to say, the green and gold blazer was a passport to the rest of the world. That young boy who heard the Olympian's address went home. And all the way home he was thinking, there must be something I can do to represent my country, to do something great. I will go to the Olympic Games. A little 13-year-old boy, an Australian boy, part Aboriginal. And when he got into bed that night, his mind wouldn't stop. It just kept ticking over. He decided before morning that he would become an athlete and head off to represent his country with a green and gold blazer. But he didn't have any sport. What sport will I be good at? He said. He tried bicycle riding, bike riding. No good. He tried running. Hopeless. He tried jumping. No good. And then he said, well, it must be something. So he tried boxing, of all sports. And he said, I'm going to represent Australia as a boxer. And after many years, some 6 years of hard work, years of giving at least 100% of his effort, training Training, just like homework, to be training, more training, reaching great heights, being a champ, then falling back, thinking he was finished, then starting again and climbing up again with more training and more running, achieving, then failing, and at last, a true story, that this person was chosen to represent Australia in both Commonwealth Games and Olympic Games, and went on to win medals. Mr. Resk created the MDA Grammar School. You, each one of you, old or young, can achieve greatness using the special talents which are yours and ours. Mr. Reskin, when he created MDA Grammar School, took a big step and had lots of worry and lots of troubles. But he kept going and he achieved just like the Olympic. Builders construct homes which stand as memorials to their work and skill. Engineers build machines or power lines. They design roads. Truck drivers play a vital part in delivering goods or helping to build the roads. Each makes a special contribution of which they should be proud, providing that the quality of their work is excellent. You have a school, teachers and parents who can help you find your special talents. Search for it, find it, and then persevere. Practice, practice until you are perfect. In this way, each one of you will become a part of that shining comet, a ball of energy, proudly representing yourself, your family, who gave you your name, and your country. In this way, MDA Grammar School will become that shining comet in a world which needs people just like you. Remember, by deeds we shine. May all your deeds be a shining example to all of us. Thank you for the honour of being here.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you came in tonight, you received a copy of the Palmares. On the front, you will see a symbol. That same symbol is displayed on the academic shield on your right-hand side of the stage. Like any symbol, it consists of a number of complex parts, each with meaning. Examine with me, will you, the complex parts which make up the academic shield. At the top, there is a spade. This spade represents the preparatory work or the preparation towards academic excellence. The star has a series of points representing dedication, honour, excellence, comradeship and honesty. The rays surrounding the star refer to the brilliance of the star, portraying those qualities I just mentioned. The bells represents the sounds of personal achievement and success. The palm branch on the left-hand side, a symbol of supreme excellence. The olive branch on the right-hand side, the emblem of peace. The academic shield, the aim to which we all work. Now comes the highlight of the evening for our young people, where their work is acknowledged, the hard effort that they put in previous years, and for the majority, 1985. As they receive their Palmares, the students too receive a certificate indicating how well they've done in 1985. The certificates have a variety of categories. There's a credit. Students who have gained between 50 and 69% on each of their fortnightly reports that you have so beautifully signed. The credit for students who have gained between 70 and 89%. And the roll of honour. Students who fortnight by fortnight have averaged work between 90 and 100%. It now gives me great pleasure to call upon Mrs. Sue Wood, Mrs. Karen Baker and Mr. Claude Rest to make the presentations to our students of years 5, 6 and 7.
Good evening, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, staff, and most importantly, students. This is their night. This evening it is my privilege to read the students in years 4 to 6 in 1985. The first presentee I'd like to present to Mr. Rest is Michael Anderson, who receives a credit. Gentlemen, we would prefer if we wait to the end of this group of students and we'll applause all the students at the end. Thank you. Dean Anglin, credit. Craig Baker, distinction. Romney Ishard Harms, distinction. Joden Cook, credit. Travis Crane, credit. Simon Divitaris, distinction. Greg Fraser, credit. Shane Hudson, distinction. Kylie Ives, credit. Elizabeth Lazanis, credit. Bradley Neal, credit. Jason Roberts, distinction. Benjamin Seabold, distinction and Roll of Honour in 1984. Yvonne Straub, distinction. Juliet Van Galen, distinction. Claire Woods, distinction. That concludes our students of Year 4 in 19... The next group of students were in Year 5 in 1985. Mark Anderson, credit. Matthew Anderson, distinction. Alicia Armitage, distinction, Roll of Honour in 1984. Ross Baffy, credit. Josette Bishop, distinction. Nicole Duff, distinction, Roll of Honour in 1984. Owen Gray, credit. Tammy Ives, distinction. Travis Jackson, credit. Ben Jorna. Carly Laughlin, credit. Rachel Lowe. Christopher Michael, credit. Kate Nobelius, credit. Christy Peters, distinction. Justin Stewart, distinction. James Stratton, credit. Rosalie Vita, credit. Tracy Wood, distinction. Paul Woods, credit. That concludes our Year 5, 1985. Our last group from the junior school this evening is the Year 6 in 1985. Todd Bolger, distinction. Benjamin Cook, credit. Simone Darcy, credit. Sharon Bowenson, credit. Paul Drysdale, credit. Nadia Foles, credit. Rosemary Golder, distinction. John Grafdyke, distinction. David Gray, credit. Daniela Hammersmith, distinction. Travis Jones, distinction. Fiona Dorner, distinction. Danielle Helberg, distinction. Justine Maddy, distinction. Sally Mitchell, distinction. Trato Page, distinction. Megan Richardson, distinction. Sarah Roberts, distinction. Daniel Smith, distinction. Jacob Smith, credit. Cameron Strachan, credit. Deborah Straub, credit. Manix Van Galen, distinction. Rebecca Wadsley, distinction. David Walters, distinction. Fiona Webster, credit. Veronica West, credit. Tani Wakaira, credit. Jacko Swetsalute, distinction. That concludes Year 6 in 1988.
Our training at MDA doesn't involve only academic work. We also guide our young people to become effective leaders. To that end, we appoint form captains, house captains and school captains. It now gives me great pleasure to invite to the rostrum our junior school captains, Rosemary Golder and Travis Jones.
Good evening, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, MDA staff and fellow students. Welcome to our first Palmares presentation. We hope you're enjoying the evening so far. Travis and I are proud to represent the junior school. From my own point of view, I enjoy attending MDA because of the friends I've made, the beautiful environment in which we are learning, and above all, a sound and disciplined education. Travis and I congratulate all students here this evening and wish them well for the future. Thank you. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, fellow students, on behalf of the junior school, I would like to thank the parents for attending MDA's first Palmares evening. Thanks must also go to Mr. Rest for the presentation of the awards, Mr. Devine, Mrs. Baker and the staff for organising this memorable occasion. It gives me great pleasure to represent the students of the junior school. I hope you'll enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
You can give me anything you
The students of years 8, 9 and 10 will now receive their awards, and to make the presentations, I call upon Mr Louis Sterling, Mr Bruce Devine and Mr Claude Rest.
Good evening, distinguished guests, staff, ladies and gentlemen, students and friends of MDA. I have much pleasure in introducing students of MDA Grammar School who will receive their 1985 awards this evening. First presentee for Year 7, 1985, and who received the Credit Award is Darren Anderson. Melanie Anderson, Credit. Gaynor Atkin, Distinction. Dean Brown, Credit. Michelle Collins, Credit. Adam Cooper, Credit. Sharon Crockett, Distinction. Loretta DeVoe, Distinction. Fiona Drysdale, Credit. Jeremy Edwards, Credit. Glenn Fletcher, Credit. Andrew Forster, Credit. Michael Gordon, Credit. Damien Graney, Credit. Lincoln Grigg, Distinction. Fiona Hofstede, Credit. Stephen Howarth, Credit. Troy Jones, Credit. Justine Keating, Distinction. Michael McCabe, Credit. Jody McCracken, Distinction. Alan Maggs, Credit. Paul Mance, Credit. Darren Miller, Credit. Andrea Murphy, Credit, 1984. Naomi Norris, Distinction. Belinda Pettingle, Distinction. Sarah Petty, Distinction. David Reha, Credit. Tanya Slotburn, Distinction. Kate Symes, credit. Glenn Taylor, credit. Malcolm Tuavis, distinction. Nyanza Van Vanna, distinction. Jackie Wakara, credit. The following three students received special awards. Karen Hammond, Roll of Honour, Honourable Mention. Kimberly Smith, Roll of Honour, Honourable Mention. And Alison Tor, Roll of Honour, Honourable Mention. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the Year 7 presentation. Now I'd like to present to you the students of Year 8, 1985. Karen Allen, credit. Brendan Armitage, credit. Charlotte Byrne, credit. Jennifer Chen, distinction. Jason Clapperson, credit. Denise Cox, credit. Brett Colton, credit. Carolyn Dent, distinction. Karen Ellis, distinction. Travis Folds, credit. Tim Gardner, credit. Elizabeth Goldup, distinction. Michael Green, credit. Fiona Hewitt, credit. Tanya Jones, distinction. Scott Kellerman, credit. Jason Lancaster, credit. Andrew Maddy, Australian Music Award and credit. Peter Michael, credit. Stephen Mirth, credit. Colleen Neal, credit. Brent Peters, credit. Brett Bettingle, credit. Robert Port, credit. Shane Quirk, credit. Tony Ronson, distinction. Lisa Sedgman, credit. Anne Sharp, credit. Grant Slotboom, credit. Jeffrey Tompkins, credit. Jerome Van Garden, credit. James Vargas, credit. Marco Vogel, Australian Music Award and credit. Sheridan Wadsworth, distinction. Robert Wallace, credit. Adrian Waycott, Australian Music Award and credit. Helen White, credit. Ladies and gentlemen, that ends the presentation of Year 8. Finally, I'd like to present to you the students of Year 9, 1995, to receive their awards. Jason Adam, credit. Brodie Anderson, credit. Helen Christoffel, credit. Mandy Cleverson, credit. Darren Foe, credit. Jennifer Grafdyke, distinction. Sylvia Hammersmith, credit. Craig Hammond, credit. Jane Howe, credit. Paul James, credit. Shane Kellerman, Roll of Honour 84, distinction. David Lowe, credit. Aaron McPherson, credit. Danielle Maud, distinction. Melanie Mitchell, credit. Christine Popel, credit. Andrew Ramsey, credit. Catherine Resk, credit. Helen Revulis, credit. Adam Smith, credit. Justin Smith, credit. Noel Schickner, credit. Susan Vanderkolk, credit. Benjamin Vela, distinction. Susan Vita, credit. Kelly Wright, distinction. Ladies and gentlemen, that ends this presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's one group of students we haven't acknowledged yet. A number of students are not going to come up to be formally presented on the platform. The reason being that they joined the school midway through 1985 and didn't have the opportunity to complete a year. And there's a large number of students too who joined us in 1986. And I'm going to invite those students now to stand and to turn so that you may acknowledge their contribution to our school, MDA Grammar. senior students of years 11 and 12. I now call again upon Mr. Louis Sterling, Mr. Bruce Devine and Mr. Claude Resk to make these presentations.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd first like to present to you the students of Year 10, 1985. Nicholas Allen, credit. Kathy Catalano, credit. Gary Christophe, distinction. Julian Cortez, credit. Chris Lewis, credit. Darren Lilly, credit. Sarah Ramsey, credit. Nerida Rankin, distinction. Vivian Redulis, credit. Robert Sharp, credit. Matthew Valla, distinction. Melissa Whiteley, distinction. Nicole Waycott, credit. Grenville Wood, credit. Following two students will receive special awards. Daniel Howard, Roll of Honour, honourable mention. Pauline Camp, Roll of Honour, 84. Roll of Honour, honourable mention, 85. I'd now like to present to you the students of Year 11, 1985. Jason Abara, credit. John Becker, distinction. Chris Christophe, Roll of Honour, 84, credit. David Facey, distinction. Helen Jacob, credit. Jeanette Knott, credit. Roger Max, credit. Anthony Michael, distinction. Darren Murdoch, credit. Ronald Murray, credit. Elias Potzius, credit. Wendy Wells, Roll of Honour, 84, distinction. Catherine White, credit. Following two students will receive special awards. Angela Nicoletti, Roll of Honour 83, Roll of Honour 84, Roll of Honour 85. Roll of Honour 84, Roll of Honour 85. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the presentation to years 10, 11, 1985.
To be appointed school captain brings with it quite a deal of responsibility, least of which is to come to the microphone and address our school at our inaugural Palmares. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Miss Angela Nicoletto and Mr. Anthony Michael.
Distinguished guests, Mr. Esk, a valued staff of MDA Grammar School, parents, friends, and most importantly, my fellow students. It is indeed an honour to be standing here tonight, speaking as a school captain representing the student body. Over the past 3 years, we have seen the constant and still continuing expansion and improvement of our young school. We have seen the success of events such as the school production, the success of the school fairs, and the beginning of projects such as the swimming pool and the playing field, which I'm sure we're all going to help see this Saturday. Most importantly though, we have seen the formation of the SRC. The importance of the students has been recognised and the SRC allowed, which provides a link between the students and the administration of the school. 1986 also marks the first year where a full Year 12 class offering subjects in the 3 traditional fields of science, humanities and commerce will be sitting for the higher school certificate examinations. Our class will be setting the tradition for HSC students of MDA Grammar School to follow. It is a privilege to be in the pioneering years of the school, which will be highly significant in the education of Victoria, if not of Australia. Thank you.
Distinguished guests, Mr. Esk, staff of MDA Grammar School, parents, friends and fellow students. As with Angela, I am honoured to speak on behalf of the students of this inaugural Palmares evening. I'd like to refer to my speech to the school motto by D.T. Shine. The basic aims of the school is to make us acknowledge the importance of self-discipline and responsibility in our society. Academically, the school gives an opportunity to young Australians to have a good education with high standards which enables them to succeed in future goals. Furthermore, achieving our personal best as students is another factor of the school's basic aims, where students are expected to complete to the best of their abilities their studies and final year examinations. In conclusion, I would like to acknowledge the tremendous effort and work of the headmaster,
in which he has put into the school for the last 3 years to make it what it is today. I think his efforts are totally unique, as since the school's foundation in 1983, it has rapidly grown from an infant to a mature institution. Thank you.
The students that I've called to the microphone so far are all current students of our school. There's one very special group that really don't have a year level this year. These were our Year 12 students of 1985. Our students who basically studied only in one area, in the science stream. Tonight we're proud to have them back, so they too may take part in our inaugural presentation. And it now gives me great pleasure to call again on Mr. Sterling, Mr. Devine and Mr. Claude Rest to present these young people.
distinction. And the next young man, just before I call him forward, gained 4 A's out of 5 subjects in HSC 1985. One of his A's was a perfect score, 100% in biology. Ladies and gentlemen, we should all stand and applaud the Ducks of MDA Grammar School, Titus Fan. I'd now like to invite Mr. Kevin Barker, last year school captain of MDA, to share some of his thoughts about MDA with you. Mr. Kevin Barker.
Distinguished guests, Mr. Ref, ladies and gentlemen, teachers and students. It is with extreme pleasure tonight that I am given the opportunity to sincerely thank the parents, teaching staff and the friends I have made of MDA Grammar School for their total support and encouragement over the past 2 years. My fellow graduated colleagues and myself would like to take this opportunity to express our deepest gratitude to the teaching staff and the school community at large for their active participation in our education. I was amongst the MDA school community who began at Lower Street, East Ringwood, and since then I have witnessed MDA grow into a fine academic establishment. I feel that I can say to all of you present here tonight that with your continued support, our school will grow into one of the finest private schools in Victoria and Australia. I not only believe that I have grown through my experience at MDA Grammar in academic stature, but also I'm a better person for it. And I solemnly believe that anyone who is a student of MDA will do the same. So once again, I say to Mr. Reskins, staff of MDA Grammar, thank you.
Tonight we also honour other people who have made significant contributions to our school. Tonight, for the first time, it gives me pleasure to announce the names of those people who have earned the award, the Certificate for the Associate Fellows of MDA. I'd like to call upon Mr. Bruce Devine and Mr. Claude Resk to make the presentations to these people. The first Associate Fellow I'd like to call upon is Mr. George Green. Associate Fellow. They're to be congratulated for their work, and I now ask Mr. Harley Clapperson to come. Mr. Kerry Waycott. Mr. Kevin Silverberg. Mrs. Roseanne White. Mr. Peter Anderson. Mr. Louis Sterling. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our list of certificates for Associate Fellow. For the very first time, it gives me great pleasure to announce the receiver of the certificate for Fellow of MDA, Mr. Gordon Bale. Our students are going to sing to us again. This time, as they stand, they're going to bring to us a song called the Grammarian Song, the words of which were written by our own Director of Music, Mr. Don Coxon. extend a very warm thank you for all of you to come tonight to support our young people as they've been presented, as they've received their certificates for work that they've spent a long time developing. I'd like also to echo Angela's words and encourage you to continue your support on Saturday as we hope to sow seed on our oval. And I'd like to also encourage you to take part in the wine tasting, which is early in May. I understand you have received notification of that. It's by this sort of combined effort that our school succeeds, and it's by deeds we shine. At the conclusion of our formal part of the evening, I'm going to ask those who are remaining for supper to exit by the doors on the right-hand side of the auditorium, and those who are not remaining to leave at the rear, so that we'll avoid congestion in the foyer. I now invite the parents to stand with our students as we all join together in the singing of our school song. Then you could remain standing, please, until the VIPs have left the platform.